Forbidden Door weekend is upon us, and I'm pretty excited about that just because it's another pay-per-view from AEW, which, as many of you know, if you don't know, I am obsessed with pretty much any professional wrestling, especially AEW. So I figured when it comes to all of the different events, all the pay-per-views coming up, I will give my predictions like I am doing now. So this is my official predictions for Forbidden Door 2025. I don't exactly know the lineup of this event coming up, but I'm just going off of like a bunch of pictures I found on Facebook. First one, we got the Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Kip Sapien and Kill Switchosaurus. So I'm a little kind of mixed about this one, just because I think Luchasaurus is a really good addition to this. I'm glad to see him back in action after so long. Like, it's pretty impressive. Well, it was pretty downright scary what was going on with him. So I'm pretty happy that he's actually back in action, taking over for Nick Wayne. So I want to say that I really want to say that probably he'll get the win just because he's coming back after so long. But I think on this one they will give it to Cope and Christian because everybody wants to see a Edge and Christian reunion eventually. So hopefully that's what that means. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage on this one. Next up, TNT Championship match with Kyle Fletcher and Hiromi Takasaki. I'm definitely kind of getting that name wrong, but I don't think that they're going to actually take it off of Fletcher because he has too much momentum, and it, kind of going off of that whole thing with Dustin Rhodes. So I really don't think they're going to take him off the championship this soon, because I even predicted back before All In that he was going to take it, but then all of a sudden it's in a one-on-one thing with Adam Cole, Fletcher was going to win it, but kind of they threw a monkey a monkey into a wrench. That bad expression, but whatever. But they kind of threw a monkey in the wrench there and kind of just gave it to Dustin. I think just because he did sign that contract extension, so who knows? But I'm definitely going to say that it's going to be Fletcher with the win on this one, just because he has too much momentum and people like him. I enjoy his work, so he's a little bit kind of aggressive in the ring. I think a lot of people agree with that, but I do think that he is gonna come out on top with this one. It's gonna be a good match though, so I'm hoping for a good one. Nigel McGuinness versus Jack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I don't see any New Japan guys kind of losing their belts, especially to Nigel McGuinness. I love Nigel on commentary, but I don't think that he's going to be a big contender for this title to be taken off of Zack Sabre Jr. because Zack Sabre Jr., he's one of the best technicians out there. Nigel, he's pretty good too. I do expect Nigel to be more, kind of more active with his commentary more than him in the ring. This is actually kind of a shocker. I thought he was supposed to actually not be part of any kind of thing, ring work or anything, but who knows? This is Tony Khan we're talking about. He doesn't really make the best decisions at times when it comes to booking, which I think everybody can agree. I was talking to my friend about this earlier, and he kind of agrees too that, let's face it, everybody kind of, it doesn't, you know what I mean, but I don't see them taking the belt off of Zack Sabre Jr., so gonna go with Zack Sabre Jr. on this one. So we got Kazuchika Okada versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW Unified Championship. I think, as much as I love Swerve, he's great, but I don't think they're going to take it off of Okada. I think they're going to keep that until the upcoming year Continental Championship tournament again, because they want to kind of build up Okada as the big tournament guy that he is. because I've been hearing that, like, also in New Japan, that sort of thing. He's the guy for tournament style thing. So I think they're going to continue with that. On the off chance on that they do give it a swerve, that would be a swerve. So, but I don't think they're going to really take it off of Okada. But if I'm going to go off on a limb on this one, you know what? I'm just going to throw this one out there. I think they're going to give it a swerve. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I hope I'm wrong. Even if I like swerve. Yeah, that's really confusing, but that's what I got to say about it. All right, so we got the next up. Sorry, I'm kind of looking down at my phone so I can actually tell what matches I'm going to go on here. So we got Darby Allin, Hiroti Tanahashi, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi versus the Death Riders, Gabe Kidd, and the Bucks in a lights-out steel cage match. This one kind of goes both. Will probably go both ways. Like this past week on Dynamite, Ospreay did say that, like, yeah, whatever happens in the ring happens. Like it's going to be all on him, that sort of thing. I think this is kind of give him like that whole injury angle that he can actually get his neck fixed up. So I think that's what they're going to do with this one. So I'm definitely going to think that in the end, though, I think they will give it to. I think they might give it to the Death Riders and Gabe Kidd and the Bucks on this one. I won't be wrong in this one because I love Ospreay, I love Omega. Like they're great guys in ring, but the way that like TK always kind of goes for the Death Riders and like just all that other stuff with it, it's weird to me. So hopefully I'm wrong that they end up giving it to the Death Riders on this one, but I do want to see Darby Allin and all of them win this one because I feel like that the Death Riders are just not working right now. So I hope that I'm wrong on this one and they give it to the other team here. But I think it will kind of lead to an injury angle for Ospreay so he can actually take the time off and get the necessary surgery that he needs, to heal up and then kind of like go right back to next year to next year when I think there's going to be like a all-in over in London again. So I think that will eventually get Ospreay as the world champion then. So we'll see what happens. Like 365 days or less or whatnot till the next all-in. So we'll see what happens. Next up, AEW World Tag Team Championship 3-Way with the Hurt Syndicate, FTR, and Brodito. I love what I'm seeing from Brodito. Like Brody King and Bandito, like they are awesome. It's one of those like weird kind of like there was kind of the weird grouping that just works, and I'm pretty excited to see what happens with that. So I want them, but I think they might give it to FTR. This is good. This is like a two-part here. So I want to be Brodito, but I think they're going to give it to FTR. Kind of given like the whole thing with Edge and Christian, like Adam Copeland and Christian being back to get together. I think they're going to go for a Edge and going to go for like this reunion between Copeland and Christian getting the tag titles at some point. So I think they're going to give it to FTR, but I do want to see Brodito get it. But now I'm hearing that there's like a lot of like a tension between the Hurt Syndicate and like everybody else in AEW that they don't want to give it to FTR, but in the end, they're not the ones making the booking, or maybe they are. You don't know sometimes. Like it's kind of shady, like just how booking works in AEW. So we'll see. Oh boy, the TNT Championship, TBS. Wow, my bad. Take two. TBS Championship 4-Way: Mercedes Moné, Persephone, Bozilla? I don't know, someone from Stardom, and Alex Windsor. Could this be, well, for some reason, Monet got another belt. Like now she's 9-belt Monet, and I really don't like belt collector angles. The only really guy who did it good, or like a wrestler who did it good, was Kenny Omega, and that was even before I started really getting into AEW. But I just hope that this kind of like knocks Monet off a peg a little bit, and I think what they're doing is because now that Monet is actually working with AEW, therefore they're kind of giving her all these different belts just because she can draw, she can get a draw. But so I think that she will be retaining it, but I hope I'm wrong on that one too. So, but I don't think they're going to give it to Windsor. I know that she is the wife, girlfriend, whatever of Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay does have a bunch of just a bunch of pulling weight around here just because he's one of the top talents in the company. But I do think that they're going to still, I don't know, they might give it to Windsor, but they might also just kind of keep Monet kind of like as like one of the top ones for this. So who knows with this one? I hope I'm wrong. So in the greater scheme of things, I think Monet retains. AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm versus Athena. I'm just going to go out on the record here and say that I love Toni. I love Athena. They're great talents. But I think that this will finally kind of tip the scales into Athena getting back onto back into the spotlight, because she did say at one time that she was exclusively to Ring of Honor, but now she's actually making appearances on AEW TV now, like making all these like appearances on Dynamite and also on Collision. So I hope this kind of brings Athena back into the fold to make these things. So I really want to see Athena win. I want Toni to retain. This one is up in the air, but I do want to see that probably Athena gets the win on this one. So I hope so on this one. Like I said, I love Toni. I love what she's doing as Timeless Toni Storm, but I think this is like about time for Athena to really make that jump into the spotlight on the main roster. Well, if you're kind of counting as ROH as development, or maybe even like a separate entity within AEW, I just hope that this means that she's going to get that elevation. So yes, I'm going for Athena on this one. Now here's the big one. Hangman Adam Page versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. And this past Wednesday on Dynamite, they actually did say that MJF doesn't have to use his contract, so that might kind of play a part in things. So who knows what happens? Maybe even more fallout from the Hurt, from him being in the Hurt Syndicate and being kicked out of the Hurt Syndicate. So I don't know where they're going to go with this with that angle, but I want to say Hanger has a lot of momentum going right now. He's basically the main character of AEW right now. I don't really enjoy that expression, saying that someone's the main character of a company like this, because I think WWE does that all the time. But definitely, Hanger is going to definitely retain, and at some point down the line, I think MJF will probably execute the contract. I could be wrong. I was only half paying attention because I was super tired during Dynamite this week. So who knows? I think that's where they said that his contract is not going to be affected, so he could use that at pretty much any time. So I think if they do go this way, he'll execute it the future, then he will become it. But at this one right now, with all the momentum that Adam Page has, I don't think he's gonna drop it. Especially it's crazy to me to think that they will even consider dropping it, have Hanger drop it, which I don't think they will. So I'm definitely going to go with my boy Adam Page on this one for the retain. So we'll see what happens with that. And so yeah, that's what I got to say about this weekend's Forbidden Door. I hope a lot of times I'm going to be wrong on a few things, but we'll see. And then we'll go from there. If I'll make a sort of I'll do a like a follow up after the event, see how I did. I will give my official predictions in the over in the description box below. So if you want to call me out on things, that's fine too. I know I could be completely wrong on a lot of things, but just the way that I see things, like how they're booking, I hope I hope I get some discussion on this one. So if you really want call me on anything, there's the comment box below. Let me know. So anyway, thanks for watching. Keep watching. Let's have a good Forbidden Door weekend. So like I said, I'll do a follow-up afterwards and see how I did. I'll see how everybody else does. So till then.